Hi there and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, then my name is Abigail and I make videos based around intentional Christian parenting. And in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you about the time that I thought my little baby boy was going to be a girl. So if you guys don't know, then I have a little baby boy son. He is called Samuel and he is now a 1-year-old. But when I was pregnant with him, for the second half of my pregnancy, I thought that he was actually going to be a girl. So I'm going to be sharing about that time with you today. But first of all, if you haven't subscribed, head on down there and subscribe. And also don't forget to turn on the notification bell button, otherwise you might not see when I post my videos. And also I have Instagram, if you guys don't know, it's just at Abigail Prum. So if you want to go over there and follow me there, it's just a little bit extra than what you might have on YouTube. So obviously if you just want to watch my YouTube videos, that's fine, but if you want a little bit extra, a little bit something more, then head over onto my Instagram and follow me there. So a little bit of a disclaimer at the start of this video is that I love the NHS. So I live in the United Kingdom and we have an amazing thing called the NHS, and it's just, I love it. I love nurses, I love everything to do with it. So don't take this as a diss at the NHS, because I'm a massive fan of the NHS. Okay, let's rewind back in our minds to March 2018 when I'm about to go in for my 20-week baby scan. So this is the scan that basically it checks all the anatomy of the baby and makes sure all the little pieces of the lung and the heart and all the little limbs and everything are there. And it's also the scan that you can find out the gender of your baby. It was no secret that I wanted to have a little baby boy. Of course it didn't matter as long as it was healthy, etc, etc, all the usual things people say. But if I had a preference, and I did have a massive preference, I really wanted a little baby boy. I told my friends, I told my family, I told people at church. I think I was convinced I was going to have a boy, so I told everyone that that's what I wanted. And this was all before I had the baby scan. So I went in for my 20-week baby scan. This is the free one that you get on the NHS. You can obviously choose to have more advanced scans, you can have a blood test, different things like that. But this is just the free one that you get on the NHS that has a little picture of your baby on the scan when it prints out. I'll actually show you the picture that I've got. Okay, so I've got them here are some of my baby scan photos, and yeah, they're just usual standard baby scan photos. They're the most exciting thing ever because you've never seen your baby before in this much detail, and they are actually really good photos. Like, you can see pretty well the head and the body and everything. This one was one showing me his little feet because he was playing with his little feet, which is just the cutest thing ever. So that was the baby scan photos that we were going for. Those are the ones that we got at the time. And they also asked us, do you want to know the gender of your baby? And we were like, yes we do. Because I'm never one to wait till the end to find out. I was just like, I want to know, and I want to know now. And I expected at this point for the nurse to be like, this test is not 100% accurate, it might not be right, to give me all this kind of disclaimer beforehand to just say it's not that accurate in case I get it wrong. But she actually didn't say any of that. She didn't give me any kind of disclaimer. She just went ahead, looked for the gender, she eventually got it because I had to wiggle around a bit and find it, and eventually she was like, yep, it's definitely a girl. And I was like, oh. And yeah, I did think it was very strange that she didn't give a disclaimer saying it might not be, and because she was so positive that it was a girl, I was like, okay, then it's a girl, I guess. So of course we were very happy that our baby looked to be in intact, perfect condition, but I was just very disappointed, to be honest, that I was told it was a little girl. And then I spent like the second half of my pregnancy trying to wrap my head around the fact that it was a girl. Okay, I thought at this point that I would just read you a little extract of my diary just to show you where my head was at, because I think it's quite interesting and it kind of ties in nicely. So this is the 23rd of March 2018. And I've written, we found out last week that we're having a little girl. Honestly, I was disappointed. That sounds awful. It's just I had the perfect boy's name picked out, and I find boys in general a lot easier to get on with and understand. I think I'm in for a harder time having a girl. I'm having a hard time getting my head around the fact. Of course, it will be brilliant and special in its own way, and no doubt God knows exactly what our little family needs. This is going to be the ultimate education in girls, because if anyone knows me, they know that I'm not the best with girls. I find boys a lot easier to get on with just in general, and as ask my friends, my close friends, who are girls, but they'll tell you I'm not, I don't know, there's just something about my way which girls just don't like as much, and I don't get on with girls as easily. And then I've said the scan showed she's perfect, so I'm very grateful for that. My brain and body can't seem to connect to each other. My brain knows we're having a baby and I can see my body growing, but I can't wrap my head around the fact that there's a baby girl in there. And yes, that's the extract from my diary, which I think is really interesting, and it's really nice to see how everything ties in at the end of the story. So like I said, I spent the rest of my pregnancy trying to wrap my head around the fact that this is a little baby girl and trying to pick a name. My goodness, trying to pick a name for this little girl was the most difficult thing ever. I spent hours trying to find the perfect name for her. And I think mum's intuition comes into play a lot at this point. So intuitively, I think I knew it was a boy, even though my brain was telling me, nope, you've been told it's a girl. My brain was just like, it's a boy, it just is. And I think that's why I found it so hard to think of a girl's name, because I just something in me just knew. And I think mum's intuition, it does play a part, and it is a very real thing. So I went on, I had a baby shower at my church, and the lady that organised it for me made everything pink and girly. And I do remember being like not 100% convinced and saying, oh, the doctors have told us it's a girl, but it could be wrong. So I think again, part of me knew something was not right. So I had a girly baby shower and loads of girly presents and dresses and cute, adorable little things. Then fast forward around about 20 or so weeks, and comes out, and guess what? It's a boy. And I remember my husband Philip shouting in the delivery room, it's a boy, and I was just like, okay. I was just like, yeah, it's a boy. And again, part of me just knew it was a boy. I wasn't confused. I was obviously overjoyed because I really wanted a boy. But I wasn't confused in any way. I wasn't like, oh, I was just like, okay, it's a boy. So now I have a lovely, healthy, 14-month-old little baby boy. He's the best, he's delightful, he's more than I could have wanted in a little baby. And I'm so grateful to have him. And so yes, this is just a caution. If any of you guys are getting your scan on the NHS, in case they don't tell you or they don't make it very, very clear, the test is not 100%. It's very much dependent on the person that does the test. If you want to be 100% sure, either get another test later down the line, or go and get yourself a blood test, which is 100% accurate because it's obviously detecting the chromosomes and such. So I would say that, I would caution you, just either double check or just, I don't know, double check, or just don't get your hopes up too much just in case it's not that. And I guess it has impacted how I felt if we had another baby, how I would feel about finding out the baby's gender in this way, because as I know it's not that accurate necessarily, so I don't know if I would just wait to the end and find out now, or if I would go and get a blood test, which it would cost us money. Part of me thinks I would just wait to the end, which I thought I would never be that person that would just wait to find out. But I think now, because I have a little boy, and all I wanted was a little boy, now I don't mind the next one if it's a girl or if it's a boy. Like, now I don't really mind. It can be either. But this one, I was just really wanted to be a boy, and I was so happy it was a boy, and it was just the best. So I think for the next child, if we had one, I wouldn't be as bothered, and I might not find out, but I've not quite decided that yet. If you want to hear about my actual birth story, I'm going to link it for you, so you can go and check that out if you want to watch that. I did have a very, very good birth. I was going to say I enjoyed it. I did not enjoy it, but it was one of these intensely amazing, awesome experiences. So if you want to watch that, I'm going to link it down below and up here somewhere, so you can go check that out as well. So thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all those fun things, and go and follow me on my Instagram so I can connect with you guys a little bit more and find out a bit about you as well. And yes, I'll be back very shortly with another video, and I'll see you then. Bye.